Welcome to Tamara Tattletales. I'm Tamara and I spill the tea on your favorite reality stars. So we are halfway through season 13 of Married at First Sight. I have to admit that I was bored with the first few episodes until the drama started. And now that we are knee deep in foolishness, I am taken back by how the extraordinarily inappropriate behavior is being tolerated. In the most recent episode, we heard Johnny tell Pastor Cal in front of Bao that he wishes they would have matched him with anybody but Bao and that he doesn't like her. At this point, I'm not even mad at Johnny because he's been showing us all along how disrespectful he can be towards his wife. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 7 times, shame on you, Bao. This is a marriage, not a competition where you win a prize for making it to the end. At this point, what is she fighting for? No one, and I mean no one, should fight to be the person your significant other settled for. We all deserve to have someone who loves us, flaws and all. That's one of the keys to compatibility. Finding someone whose flaws you can live with. If you can't tolerate their flaws, then it's going to be 10 times more difficult to fight through rough patches. Don't get me wrong, Johnny has the right to feel Bao is not for him, but this is not an excuse to treat her like a rag doll. And I apply this to Brett and Michaela too. Ryan doesn't like Brett. Ryan doesn't pretend to like Brett. Ryan hasn't cracked a smile all season. I don't feel like he's been disrespectful towards her, but again, I'm looking at Brett like, what are you waiting for him to do and why? Let's forget the fact that they are contractually obligated to stay the entire 8 weeks. That doesn't mean she has to spend it being a show pony hoping to win him over. Planning dates, handwriting cards that are showering him with compliments, cooking for him. Girl, go sit down and write out that free rent for that nice apartment somewhere. And Michaela. Now, I'm not a fan of her behavior at all and feel she's not ready for marriage. However, Michaela is someone Zack tolerates. Trust me, he is still on pins and needles waiting for the next time she loses her temper. If her man is off in the corner boo-hooing his eyes out because he was matched with her, that's her cue to leave. I understand where Zack is coming from. Michaela is quick-tempered and by her own admission, vindictive. He doesn't want that in a wife and I'm not mad at him for that. Oh, and if you didn't see the Unfiltered where he told his side of the story about that morning where she's slamming that poor container of Clorox wipes, he said that he told her the night before he was going to get up early the next morning to take his dog in. She told him not to wake her up. She stressed that she would be extremely upset if he wakes her up, to the point where he said he was scared to wake her up. So that morning after she got up, she texted him and asked if he took the dog in, and he simply replied yes. Not only did he say that he told her on Unfiltered, but he said it to Michaela when they were arguing before Pastor Cal came over that night. But she talked over him and he didn't assert himself, or at least he wasn't shown asserting the fact that he told her the night before. So that is why he was looking like this girl is stone cold crazy. But Michaela said in a confessional that she wants someone to love her for her. Zack will never love her for who she is today. He's holding on to the person she's promising to change into later. Falling in love with the promise of a person and not who they are now is a serious gamble. Change is difficult. Michaela is not going to change overnight. And for Michaela, staying with someone who's waiting for her to change is a tough hill to climb. And where are the self-proclaimed experts this season? This last episode where Pastor Cal was talking to Bao and Johnny on the laptop is the first time I can recall all season where they've shown the experts intervene in the midst of an argument. Rachel and Jose sure could have used some of that during their toxic blow-up too. But when they do intervene, the advice they give encourages the spouse who's being abused to stay and stick it out. I think Pastor Cal should have asked Bao why she is still putting up with someone who is tearing her down. What is she getting out of the relationship? Do we even know what her needs are? All we ever hear is Johnny complaining about his needs not being met and how he's killing it as a husband. In one of the first episodes, Johnny said that his mother has never hugged him or told him that she loves him. Boom! That's his problem right there. And the side effects of that are playing out right before our eyes. Clearly, he's seeking the nurturing that his mother never gave him. So he's holding the women in his life to an unhealthy standard. He says he likes women who are clingy and dote all over him. But it's not Bao's job to fill that maternal void. It's his job to find a healthy way to self-soothe. As for Bao, Brett, and Michaela fighting to keep men who are not into them, is only going to stain their self-esteem. Like the saying says, there are plenty of fish in the sea. It's time to slide these spouses into the friends column and just try to capitalize from the exposure of being on TV, if you ask me. If it were me, every scene I'd be modeling jewelry, clothes, and wigs that I could sell after the show airs. I'm just saying, if they are not going to get a spouse, get free national promotion for something they can capitalize on later.